Hello. Hello. Hello, citizens of Gotham. What's up, Paolo? First indeed. First indeed, citizens of Gotham. First indeed. Everyone in Gotham. Ho, hey, hey. Hello, citizens of Gotham. What's up, Paolo? First indeed. First indeed, citizens of Gotham. Nice, right after Jimmy. Can everybody hear me? Everyone in Gotham. Greetings. Is this your second stream today? Well, the first one didn't work. So it's yeah. Can you all hear me okay? Nice, right after Jimmy. Can everybody hear me? Greetings. Is this your second stream today? Well, the first one didn't work. So I need one of these shirts. I'm glad you keep getting info from Jeff. Yes. Hello. Can you all hear me okay? Yeah, you're not choppy. We would do Arno. I was on the phone with Arno today for a good 2 hours. Making sure we worked through all this tech stuff. And he was so great. Arno's fantastic, man. He really just helped me out immensely. I've waited all day in the other video for nothing. Sorry, Jenna. It's doing the delayed voice thing. Making sure we work through all this tech stuff. It's doing the delayed voice thing. How about this? Does that make the voice better? There's still an echo? Loop delay. Did the echo stop? Tell me if the echo stopped. Did I fix the echo? Did we fix the echo? Vegan guns. Gamer. There's an echo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me talking? You can hear me now? I'm just kidding. I only had to open a tab. Oh, echo's gone. Okay, echo's gone. We fixed it. Boom, 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 boom. We fixed it. Echo stopped. Oh, I know how to fix the echo now. Oh, shit. Echo's gone. I wore my Make Gotham Great Again shirt. Truth to tweet. You're the best. Thank you so much. 78 current viewers, 31 likes. Cat B, a bit echoey, tin canny, and kind of quiet. Well, wait a minute now. How about that? I just bumped that. Did that help the volume a little bit? No echo. Greetings from San Francisco. No echo, but sounds like a cave. You sound like a cave. All right. That should fix it. Does that fix it? Video and sound is perfect, Ditwang said. Vegan Tech Ninja. Are my guns causing interference? Is there just too much vegan gunness? Look at that. Just tight. That's it. We got it. Oh, I knew I'd fix it. Boom, 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 boom. I fixed it, ladies and gentlemen. Gotham, I have fixed you. I have fixed and saved Gotham out of the darkness. Comes the Vigilante, fixing the sound issue. It's good, Cat B. You're good. Very tinny. Well, we're going to have to live with that. Hell yeah, sounds like I'm talking through a toilet roll. Good. That's my goal. Toilet roll. Toilet roll. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back, folks. This has been a challenging day, to say the least. Not challenging, not talent. That's the wrong word. Just had to do a lot of you know, tech stuff is very tedious because you just have to trust, you know, try this setting, try that setting, try this setting, try that setting, try this setting. it was just a lot of that, but that's, you know, that's what you got to do to make it better. You is smart. Oh yeah. Mind over matter. Salute. Vegan guns. Cure CIA throttling. Yeah, so did a great interview with Richard Medhurst. I posted it. It's just a regular video. His sound might be a little, but just turn the fucking sound up. You can hear it. Blah, 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 blah. Because, and he was really cool. It was great talking to him, and I have a bunch of other videos to post. And I've got some segments to do. Boom, boom, boom. There's another thing I want to talk about today. There's a couple segments we're going to do. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about 70% of China's millennials are homeowners. Not so much in the US. We're going to get into that story. We're going to talk about more info on the Navajo Nation and how they have surpassed New York State as the highest COVID-19 infection rate in the US. No one's talking about that. And we are going to, I want to transfer these over right now. I want to transfer some of these to a segment on this. Come on, robots, start talking to each other. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Great way to support the show is hit the super chat button. Come on, robot. Come on, mofo. Oh, there's the robots talking to each other. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button, because even if you, sometimes they uncheck the bell notification button, sometimes they uncheck your subscribe button. So make sure you have all of those things in place. All of those things in place. And it's also a great way to support the show. And hit the like button right now. That's always good. That's always good. That's always good. And then we had a fun live stream on Rockfin last night. ROKFIN.com. How are you guys all doing today? I'm excited this chat started. Just being home alone is really challenging. Really sick of it. Really sick of it. Really sick of it. I'm really sick of it. I want a haircut. And I'm so conflicted on all of this stuff. I'm so conflicted on I'll be real honest with you. Like, I think COVID is serious, and I think it's you know, it is definitely way more than just a bad flu, but it's, you know, and the government is using it. Like, it's just, who do you trust, man? Who do you trust? So it's just like, and Tim Canova posted something very interesting about hydrochloric, whatever that one that's an antiviral medication, because it's very interesting what he posted. And I know Tim, and I'd love to have him actually on the show. So 188 watching, 81 likes. Bro, they duped everyone into martial law. Yeah. GoFundMe for Jolene Maxwell bounty. I'm all for it. Good, bro. Hope you all folks are doing. Weather is finally. Yep. Big Baby Zubas, what's up? Flash Gordon starving and being bombed. Oh man. Yeah, tell that to the 35,000 dead New York. Yeah, I'm not saying. Here's the thing. I'm not saying, oh, it's a fake. It's not a real. I'm not. I know this COVID is serious for a lot of people, and there's a lot of factors to it. And they're using it to take away a lot of rights and stuff like that, which makes me nervous. And then the pharmaceutical companies, you know, want to come up with some vaccine or some big medication that's really expensive to use when there's already stuff that's working. I don't know, man. It's just God, it's so. I don't think it's a real thing, and it is dangerous and at-risk people, absolutely. But then, you know, like what Sweden did, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Let's read some super chats. Shave your knuckles for justice, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Just want to see how we're doing OBS wise. Okay, cool. See, we had to go through all this stuff, man. I had to go through my whole. I dumped like 50 gigs worth of crap off my computer because it was working slow. It's all this stuff. I'm working everything off of my laptop. And in talking to Arno today, he's like, you got a decent laptop. It works. It's not ideal. So, you know, one of the longer term things I want to get is a separate desktop computer that all it does is streaming. Because Arno was like, we have a computer at the Jimmy Dore show. It's all it does is streaming. We don't do anything else with that computer. And then, yeah, so everything's getting better. Look, we've improved the sound, we've improved the video, and we're getting it all worked out, kids. So here's some super chats. Just a girl. Hey, I know this is a lot to open with, but do you think Biden has links to Epstein? P.S. You're a man child, but I'm here for it. Is that a compliment? Just a girl? Yes, I am a man child. No, I'm way too old to be this much into Batman. Yeah. Gotham. Yeah, that's pretty it's a pretty stiff shot right out of the gate, just a girl. But do I think Biden has links to Epstein? I know he has links to Epstein. And if you go into my Epstein playlist, I did a whole video on that. So the ruling class is a part of the global pedophile sex trafficking ring. So are all billionaires pedophiles and sex traffickers? No. But they are aware of it. They know about it. They're just like, oh boy. And Biden is awful. There's so many things to not like about Biden. First, the 94 crime bill. That alone. There's all of the stuff is the 8 years as vice president under Obama. Dropping more bombs than Bush. I mean, like, all of it. I mean, Standing Rock, Flint, Michigan, 6 million foreclosures, 3 million people deported, building the cages. I mean, on down the line. Not to mention, 8 women have accused him. I firmly believe Tara Reid. Because anytime there's just evidence that comes out, it always just corroborates everything she said. And then they just smear that they can never say this is invalid or it's not true. They always try to smear the messenger. And the same like WikiLeaks, right? The Podesta emails. Let's talk about the Podesta emails for just a second. At no point has John Podesta or Hillary Clinton or Debbie Wasserman Schultz or even Donna Brazile said those emails are faked. I didn't write that in an email. Those emails are faked. All that they've done, because no one has ever said that those emails were faked, that they're forgeries, that they were made up, that they're not true. No one has ever, John Podesta himself has never said that. What they say is, oh, Julian Assange is a rapist, or he's with Russia, or WikiLeaks, or whatever. That's what they do. So they smear the person because they can't go after the facts. The facts show how guilty they are. Joe Biden has absolute ties to Epstein. You know, the whole Democratic establishment and Republican establishment has ties to Epstein. William Barr, all these awful ties to Epstein. He was appointed by Trump. So when these QAnon Trumpers are like, oh, Trump's going to get in there and he's going to get all these pedophiles. That's why he's there. He's our hero. No, it's been 10 months and he's done nothing. And I've even heard Trump supporters go, well, wait till the second term. Oh, boo, the old second term non. I heard that from Obama. When Obama gets into his second term, that's when he's going to gloves off. He doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. It's more bullshit. Acosta, who gave Epstein the sweetheart deal in 2009, appointed by Trump. Joe Biden, just watching those videos of the way he touches children is a creep. Experts on pedophiles say that's how pedophiles act. They cannot literally control themselves around. It's just horrific. He's disgusting. And he's a warmonger. And he's got dementia. Like, I don't know, there's no, and somehow he's better than Trump. And the vote, any blue, so you want what you want? No, I don't like Trump. But voting for Joe Biden is not going to eliminate Trump. It's not going to eliminate another Trump coming along. The left refuses to acknowledge how awful the 8 years under Obama and Biden were. And that's why we have Trump. The left's refusal to go, Obama was awful. Bush was awful. Clinton was awful. Other Bush, Reagan, like they refuse to acknowledge, because they do this dumb thing, and it's a stupid thing with the dumb American brain that's just soaked in hamburgers and soda pop and stupidity, that this is my team, this is my guy. So if you're critical of my guy, then I'm going to take that personally because I'm stupid and I don't understand, I don't have a brain that works correctly. It's just on down the line. Any criticism of Obama, oh, you're racist. Any criticism of Hillary, oh, you're sexist. Were there racist and sexist criticisms of those two people? Absolutely. But if you can't differentiate between an obviously sexist comment like Hillary Clinton, women aren't fit to be president. That's a sexist comment. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit, right? That's not, you take a comment like, she's a warmonger, and you lump that into, oh, then you must hate women. It's like, no, I hate war. So I know I've gone on a very broad answer to your question of, yes, Joe Biden has ties to Epstein, but so the Clintons do, right? Who are calling the shots. In the Podesta emails, where they talk about pizza in this very weird, creepy way, and investigators have said that pizza is code name on the internet. The pedophiles even said, can we get $65,000 in pizza flown in using the same channels that Obama did? So what does that mean? It means the ruling class is filthy, degenerate creeps. Anyway, thanks, Just a Girl. What's your avatar? Big Baby Zubas, what's up? Thanks for watching the show and Shaving Your Knuckles for Justice. Thanks for signing the DVD, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Right on. Yeah, so what he's talking about, if I have 2 DVDs for sale. They're both $15 each, including shipping, free shipping. So the Earbuds, the podcasting documentary, where I interview like Joe Rogan, Mark Maron, Aisha Tyler. We travel to Australia, Japan. It's really cool. And all over the US, we interview all these fans, and really, really awesome. I'll autograph that. And then live from Afghanistan is me performing. This is back in like 04. stand-up comedy at military bases all throughout Afghanistan. So look, I know it's DVD. I know it's an old format. I'm obviously not going to make any more of them, but they're $15. I'll autograph them for you, and I ship them using packaging that's recycled, and I use the post office, which is union labor. And you're supporting me, a small business owner, and you know, you're not buying something. You could buy some book or DVD or download from Amazon, but you know, and you're supporting independent artists. Boom. Glad you liked it, Big Baby Zubas. Big Baby Zubas again, also trying DDP yoga, and let me know what you think. Boom. I'm telling you, I'm a huge proponent of yoga. I got into it maybe 8 years ago. I started to have really bad chronic hip and back pain because I was like flying all the time back then. I was doing like 40 weeks a year on the road. And especially as you get older, I mean, if you're able to, and try doing yoga. And if you've never done yoga before, go to your local yoga studio. Obviously, they're closed now. If they're starting to open, great. Find classes online and just say, I'm brand new beginner. I don't know anything about it. Whatever. I'm not that athletic. Almost every yoga studio has classes for like the complete newbie beginner. Don't worry about having to do these big crazy poses and all that stuff. And it's more just, it's like breathing. It's meditative. You have to turn your phones off. Like, I love it. You know, I used to just regular workout, go to the gym, and going to the gym's fine. But, you know, there's TVs and music and all this shit going on in a yoga studio. You just like unplug, man. And it's one of the many things that I miss right now during this quarantine. I'm doing yoga in my apartment. There's all these distractions. I've gone out to parks and done yoga, which is, it's cool. I'm outside. I'm getting out of my apartment. But again, there's distractions. There's nothing like just being in a yoga studio. Just off. No, it's off. It's done. There's no TV. There's no music. There's no cell phones. There's just off, to unplug, man. I took Friday and Saturday off last week, which is great. I'll probably do that again this week. I got to talk to Ron, see if we're going to do a Zoom show or not. I know some of you have asked. I'm not sure because some people are, you know, states and stuff are starting to kind of open up. Some of you have said maybe 5 o'clock was too early because it's only 8 o'clock on the East Coast and things are, it's getting dark later now. So maybe we'll do a later, like 7 o'clock on the West Coast, which would be 10 o'clock on the East Coast. You know, because as things are opening up, more and more people I know are wanting to go outside more and stuff, which believe me, I totally get. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, but my point was though, I took Friday and Saturday off last week and I didn't even look at social media. 2 days, no social media. It was fantastic. There's a lot about social media I like. I can interact with you. I like retweeting and posting stories and stuff on Instagram and stuff. That's cool. But you need breaks, man. So back to why yoga is such like a, it's why I like yoga and surfing, because there's no TV, there's no Wi-Fi on your surfboard. There's just fucking check out, and yoga just aligns your body. And I've like gotten better posture, you know, because I can, you know, slouch and do this. And then now at least I catch myself, and then I like show the vegan guns to the world, and boom, look at that. Anthony, shave your knuckles for justice, Anthony. Summertime and the living's easy. Thanks. Hey, Marge. No Zoom show Saturday. I need a granny petrol scolding. Well, let me talk to Ron, and if we don't do a Zoom show, I'll at least release some granny petrol clips. Because I do love having Ron ask granny petrol questions. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. Summertime and the living's easy. Louise Brooks, what's up, Louise? Shave your knuckles for justice. I have learned when old broads get together and socially distance, all we do is yell, "What did you say?" guys want to get together and yell, what did you say? In a park? Oh, it's fantastic, Louise. Fantastic. Fantastic. Merrill, shave your knuckles for justice. Thoughts on Joe Rogan going to Spotify? I don't know. I don't know much about it, but good for him. I mean, if they want to make a deal, he's got a big, he's got a huge following. I mean, the way I consume Rogan actually is this YouTube clips. That's just like, I don't typically sit and listen to long. Sometimes when I would fly, I would listen to a long podcast or whatever. But I actually like his YouTube clips because I can just sort of cherry pick, like, oh, he's talking to this person about this subject, and I kind of dig that. Like, oh, him and Neil deGrasse Tyson are going to talk about this or that, So I don't know. I mean, Rogan, again, I interview him in Earbuds, the podcasting documentary. This interview was done back in 2014, and he just says really interesting things, Todd Glass. And so, Rogan has been one of the people out there pioneering podcast. And if Spotify wants to offer him a deal, I think it's great. Good for him. Funkmaster Frank, what's up, Funkmaster? Shaving your knuckles for justice. I got to go to work by Funkmaster Frank. Great song. Thank you for sharing that with us, Funkmaster Frank. Thank you so much. Kate and I used to love tofurkey. Now I'm gluten-free. I eat corn, and they make some big sausages as well as Beyond Meat. Yeah. I eat tofurkey. I use their deli meat tofurkey, and they also make these like sausages. They're so good. Eddie Pepitone podcast. I love Eddie Pepitone. I prefer the long version of everything. Fear of missing out is a clip deal breaker. That's cool. Hey, Mayor, I get that. Oh, they said September we go back to work. Yeah, they're slowly opening things up. I think too, as they come up with more research saying about how vitamin D is really helping, I think they're realizing, at least here in LA County, like, opening the beaches up and letting people get outside. And I think that's because they're finding more research, like it's really transmitted in closed spaces, right? And vitamin D helps it. And so being outside, it's like, unless someone with COVID-19 like coughs directly in my mouth when I'm outside, it's really highly unlikely to get it. Melissa H, shave your knuckles for justice. Got turned down from the SBA loan, out of luck, not a big corp, huge corps that have enough money to survive this, get stimulus. Little old me, nope. That sucks, Melissa, and I'm sorry you got turned down. Yeah, I got $1,000 for the SBA loan, and now I've got approved for 4 more employees that are I have part-time employees that I just hire, so I'm setting up this credit union account to put that SBA money in so I can hire some people to help me with stuff. So, yeah, it sucks. I still haven't gotten my unemployment. Yeah, this whole stimulus thing is like, that's why, like, yes, COVID is serious. And there's, like somebody said, there's 35,000 people died in New York, and it's serious. And I know people work in healthcare, and many of you work, and you're like, it's no joke. And people who've survived it, like I saw a guy on Rogan, speaking of a Rogan clip, who was like, holy shit, healthy guy, and it was brutal, and he was like, feeling awful and all that. And then they're also using it to snatch up our wealth, and the single greatest transference of wealth just happened in this first stimulus bill. And the second one Oh, I was going to have $2,000 UBI. Nope. Thanks to Pelosi, they killed it. It's just like, so it's like it's serious and they're taking advantage of it to turn us into a police state and take away our rights and take away our money. And, you know, yeah, it's, I want to read you this from Tim Canova. Because it's really like, um, 328 watching, 156 likes. Hit the like button, please. Please. Please do it. Let's do it here. Not now. Okay, here we go. Because I just want to read this and I want to kind of hear what you guys have to say as well. Because I'm like I said, I'm very curious. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Like that shit up, bitches. Like that, thumb that like button. Finger bang that like button. All right. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. Because if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. We can dance if we want to. You know what I mean? Like we can leave our friends behind. It's like if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, I just don't see how they're going to be friends of mine. I mean, I hate to be really judgmental, but it's just like we can dance if we want to. You know what I mean? So like kind of pick the right kind of friends that can dance if they want to. I think it's kind of the point that I'm making. And if you don't get that, then I really don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with you. So please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Support my program. Viewer-supported programming, citizens of Gotham. Debbie Luzignan, the same progressive, she was right about everything. I know, man. She just said, I'm out of here. Fuck it. And I don't blame her. Oh, God. Come on, robot. Come on, robot. Also, you can go to grabapple.com, ladies and gentlemen. Another great way to support the show. Oh. All right, let's do this segment. I kind of like talking and then just come up with, I got some pre-prepared stuff. Pre-prepared. Prepared, pre-prepared, kind of what we're talking. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. 206 likes. Yeah, I love talking through the lyrics of a song. Like it's a discussion. I mean, I want to rock and roll all night and party every day, but you keep on rocking, so it's kind of like hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Look at it rise up. Look at the graphics rise up. Look at my vegan guns push up those graphics with my WikiLeaks shirt. Boom, 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 boom. You ever see Anderson Cooper with a WikiLeaks shirt on? Really? You think he would? You think he would support fair journalism? No, it's okay. So, a lot of discussion and debate about should this shutdown continue to happen? Should it not continue to happen? And I'm somebody who's like, I don't know they're going to come. I mean, vaccines take 12 to 18 months, so we might not see it. And I don't know. I mean, even like every year there's a flu vaccine, right? Excuse me, you take a flu vaccine, but it doesn't always work. I know people who've taken the flu vaccine and they still got the flu because there's a different strain, and doctors are saying this COVID-19 will mutate. So Tim Canova, who I've met before, I follow him on Instagram. He got screwed so openly and blatantly by Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the Democratic Party when he ran against her in Florida. So he just posted this on Instagram, and maybe I'll try to get him on the show to talk about this, but hydroxychloroquine, right? So this is what he put, and I'm just curious to know what everybody thinks. I want to pump up some light a little bit here. So here's what Tim wrote. Hydroxychloroquine, HCQ, was approved as safe many decades ago by the FDA and used for years to treat malaria, lupus, and other illnesses. Now it's the world's most widely prescribed drug, often in combination with azithromycin, and zinc, to both prevent and treat the COVID-19 virus. A 2005 study published by none other than Anthony Fauci's National Institutes of Health, NIH, concluded that HCQ was effective in preventing and treating coronaviruses. Interesting. President Trump announced yesterday that he's been taking HCQ for the past couple of weeks under his doctor's prescription and that he's feeling good. Is that all it takes for Democrat leaders and the mainstream media to attack HCQ? Do they hate Trump more than they love humanity? It's a valid point. Just that alone. The left is so insane. I don't like Trump. I always have to preface that, because if you say, oh, Graham, you like, I'm not a fan of Trump. I don't think he's been an effective leader through any of this. I don't like that he's given tax breaks to the wealthy. I don't like that he keeps bombing 7 countries. I don't like any of this. But if this is effective, because that's the thing I'm saying, that's one of the things that I personally would feel more comfortable going out and traveling again as a comedian, is if there's medicine like this. Meaning, if you get it and you start to get really bad symptoms, your body doesn't just heal itself, doesn't fight the coronavirus itself, then there's medication to minimize it so it's not that bad and make it very, like, you'd have to be super old, super, low immune system, like a lot of things, which the flu, I hear like, oh, a 95, John Glenn's wife was 100 years old. And they're like, she died from corona-related virus. Like, it was a corona-related death. She was 100. She was 100 years old. you know, people get in their late 80s and 90s, like the bad case, the hiccups, like and I know people who are healthy who've gotten it, and people who've been healthy and gotten it died, but if this could have prevented some of the deaths and just made it like uncomfortable. I got bronchitis a couple years ago. It was like a cold that wouldn't go away. Usually my body heals itself. I never take medication, almost never, unless it's something that won't go away or keeps getting worse. Usually my body, within 3-4 days, I already start to feel better when I have a cold or flu. I don't get sick that often. When I do, I take care of myself. So I have a healthy immune system. But once in a blue moon, it gets so bad that I need to take some medication, and that's what this could be. But he brings up a point. So this is a medication that could work. And guess what? It's now a generic drug that costs $13 a prescription. That's why Big Pharma hates it. Because if HCQ is effective and safe, then it undermines remdesivir, a new drug patented by Gilead, the Big Pharma giant that shovels millions of dollars into Fauci, CDC, and NIH. Remdesivir costs more than $1,000 a dose. So that, Nancy Pelosi's eyes just lit up when she saw that. All the people in both parties, but especially the Democrats, but by the way, Big Pharma and the healthcare lobby pays both parties equally. They give to both parties equally. They'll load up one party or another if they think they got a better shot at this party or that candidate or this candidate, but they give it across the board evenly. But this is the thing. The left refuses to acknowledge how awful Obama and Biden were. And yeah, Trump's awful, but if he's got something that's working, then they just, because Trump said it, then they hate it. I mean, like, this drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. And the Republicans do the same crap. When Obama was in office, anything he said they hated. Even, they didn't have a problem with Obama bombing, dropping more bombs than Bush. They didn't have a problem with that. They didn't have a problem with him giving bailout money to the banks because Bush did this. They don't have a problem with that. Even more frightening to Big Pharma and their bought and paid for politicians and regulators is that the success of HCQ destroys their plans for universal mandatory vaccines for 7.7 billion adults and children, every breathing person on planet Earth, and universal mandatory tracking as well. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I always say to the anti-vaxxers, what about polio and measles and mumps vaccines? But this mandatory vaccine that has tracing devices in it, where some Google robot just says, oh, you've got COVID and the cops can just come through your door and lock you down or just take you away to some secret COVID hospital? No way, man. No way. And here's a generic prescription that's $13? Because this is like a flu virus, and it's a really bad one, like maybe twice as bad as the worst flu virus we've had, right? That's what some doctors say. So short of that's why, and Tim Canova brings up some decent points here, because I don't trust the big pharmaceutical companies. I don't trust the big pharmaceutical companies. Be skeptical. What you hear in the mainstream media, revenues from big pharma advertisements are more important to them than reporting the truth. That is absolutely true. Tim Canova knows this. You know this if you watch this show. I've watched every Democratic debate for the last year. I watched every single one. And every time they would talk about Bernie's Medicare for All plan, the journalists who were making 7- and 8-figure salaries, they're paid millions of dollars to push these loaded questions on Bernie and Joe Biden, how are you going to pay for it? Biden gets all this money. All those Democrats on stage got all, except Bernie. And Tulsi, I think, got money from the big pharmaceutical companies. And then they would always cut to an ad for a big pharmaceutical company. So they don't want you taking a $13 prescription that just, oh, what if they just went, hey, there's a $13 prescription. So if anyone gets COVID really bad, here's a prescription, you're going to be fine. Be healthy. I've heard vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, being outside, all those things help. Great. We can open society back up because now we have medication to treat it. Okay. And every city has to be able to expand its hospital beds if the numbers spike. Because they're all like, the numbers are going to spike again in the winter no matter what. HCQ is safe and effective. It's time to end the quarantines and shutdowns, which are destroying the lives of millions of people who the elite have condemned as non-essential. That's a valid point. That's a valid point. COVID is serious. A lot of people have died from it. But here's a $13 generic prescription that can help it out. And maybe there's more evidence to refute what Tim Canova said, but one thing that I absolutely agree with, this is true. The revenues from big pharma advertisements, watch mainstream media. Click pause on this video and turn on any one of them, ABC, Fox, NBC, any of them. And I guarantee you within 20 minutes, if not a half hour, there'll be a big pharma ad. With some pharmaceutical company, take Ribostapane to take care of you. So they're spending millions of dollars. And part of that is to buy favorable coverage from the media. So Tim is absolutely right here. You come here for the truth. You come here for the questions that the corporate media doesn't want to ask. They don't even want to have this discussion because they're paid to not have this discussion. That's why when they talk climate change in the corporate media, they always bring in both sides of it. Let's have both sides. And then why? Oh, gee, there's an ad for ExxonMobil. There's an ad for Shell Oil. That's why. Thanks for watching the show. Boom, boom, pow. 232 likes. Yeah, the Dem establishment isn't on the left anymore. Yeah, there's studies showing. All right. Kate, shave your knuckles for justice. Can we change it to vegan smoothies for justice? Yes, we can. I got to swap out that light. We're having a battery issue. Yes, Kate, vegan smoothies for justice. But I just want to... Boom. Folks, hit that like button. Do yourself a favor. Hit a delicious like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Share this on your social media. Yeah, that's a good way to support the program. I like saying program. Oh, here comes some new shiny lights. Live in the Political Vigilantes World Headquarters. Look at that. Well, that's a little bright. That's a little bright. A little too bright. Just bring it down just a hair. But we want to really show that off. Annabelle Corley, what's up, Annabelle? Your hair needs its own channel. Oh, God, I know I need a haircut. Oh, boy. Oh, a haircut and, you know, human contact. That'd be nice. I haven't hugged another human being since March 14th. That is the longest I've ever gone without human contact since I've been alive. That's pretty brutal. I don't think I ever went more than like a day or two without human contact. I'd go like a day and realize, man, I didn't talk to anyone face to face. I haven't hugged anyone, touched anyone. I'm like, all right, tomorrow I'm going to go out, see some friends or something. Too much of this, man. All right, all right. All right, let's get this back up to speed. Tisha Carley, shave your knuckles for justice. Your Epstein playlist is legit. Boom. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you so much. It's important to me. I'm just trying to get the truth out, man. You know, like, I'm just trying to do the best I can. And like, I love talking about stuff. Like I have an MMT playlist and I want to educate people thanks to, you know, Jeff Epstein from Citizens Media TV, not the creepy one, for educating me. And I'm trying to get the stuff out there. But yeah, the Epstein playlist, man. And I really appreciate all of your support and telling me that you are glad that I'm doing it and still telling the story, and to hear from people like Maria Farmer praise me, to hear an Epstein victim like compliment me on social media, thanks for doing this, is like, it means that's like the greatest compliment, because I can't begin to know what the hell they had to go through. So it ain't right what happened. So thank you. And thank you for supporting the show. I really appreciate that, because folks like you support the show. I can keep doing those videos and doing those playlists and all that stuff. So I'll keep doing it, because it's gnarly. It's gnarly. That's the other thing of like living alone is in a pandemic. Like when I started doing the Epstein stuff over last summer and was doing it, and that's when the sort of channel was blowing up and whatever. And it was gnarly, man. It was, God, it's so awful. At least I could like, I mean, I go, I know the beaches are open, so I'll go surfing, but yeah, it's, I've said this before. Anyway, it's hard to cover, but I'll keep doing it. And because Tisha, folks like you support what I do, and it helps me keep going. Mona Carmona, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Mona. Hey Graham, loved your interview with Richie. You're two of my faves. Freaking love you both. Just showing some love. Thank you so much, Mona. I appreciate that. Yeah, Richie it was a great conversation with him, man. He's a badass, and he's, you know, one of the things in that interview, and please watch it, is he says, you know, he's like, he's half Syrian. He was born in Syria, and he goes, I haven't seen family members in 10 years because we can't go there because it's under a war. It's in a war that Obama helped start. And he's just like, he has no love lost. And that's the thing the Vote Any Blue will do, folks. They need to really talk to some Middle Eastern people, some people who have family over there or lived it. Start following some Middle Eastern journalists and see what's really happening over there. That's one of the, I mean, I went over there myself with the, you know, entertaining the United States military. So I already got to kind of see it, and then hearing that side of it. So that's just like, that is all of our duty to all of these Obama apologists, to just set them straight with facts. Don't scream at them and insult them. But when they're posting stuff on social media about how great Obama is, just go, here's some facts about Obama. Like, I admit I voted for him twice, and he was 1,000% disappointment. And I admit that, so that the Vote Any Blue will do folks go, look, I was one of you, and I'm not anymore. And so you can come over. You can come out of the darkness into the light. You can do it. I can do it. I did it with vegan guns. Sean Smith, what's up, Sean? Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. You're making Gotham great again, Sean. Agenda 21, Event 201, both came before the pandemic. Evil exists to destroy us. All the better if we do it willingly. You can die anytime from anything. You got that right. Yeah. Yeah. You can die anytime from anything. And I think some people have lost sight. I was talking to Kim Iverson about this. The shutdown was not to say no one's going to get COVID. We got to prevent COVID from anyone ever getting it. It's to not overwhelm the hospitals, because we all get the flu. We all have gotten we've all gotten the flu virus. Like, we all get that every year. And a bunch of us have had COVID and not known it. I mean, I still haven't gotten the antibody test, and I want to get that. But your body needs to develop an immunity for it. So yes, we flatten the curve, and that's a good thing. And we're more cognizant, like, and we need to address nursing homes, and we're aware that the people in certain age groups and are more susceptible and pre-existing conditions and all that. So that's why it's like, we got to be more aware, like we're all washing our hands more and wearing, like if you have family members that are older or have immune compromised or don't, their body doesn't absorb or produce or have some type of vitamin D deficiency, like that's for real. If you feel cold or flu symptoms or any COVID symptoms, go don't wait around. Like that's the thing. Preventative care is big with anything. Cancer, all of it. Like, so getting, we got to slowly open some stuff up, and I think, look, if everyone's getting more healthy as a result of this, like, oh man, I got to eat more healthy. I got to work out. I got to take more, like, I've shown this on the show before, but I mean, I'm pretty healthy to begin with, but I started taking this when the whole pandemic shutdown happened. This elderberry, not a paid sponsor. I pay for this. They don't give me this. It's got echinacea, zinc, and vitamin C. Because, I mean, in addition to the HCQ that we were talking about from the Tim Canova thing, I've heard they're giving people zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D. So if everyone's just healthier, I mean, yeah, it's what is it? Something like 8,000 people die every day from hunger. Oh man, it's brutal. Thanks, Sean, for supporting the show and sharing that with us. Crunch Factory, shaving your knuckles for justice. Crunch Factory. Besides vegan smoothies, what is your favorite beverage and why? None of your goddamn business. No. Well, I did this great interview with Jeffrey Lauren from ZT. It's this really cool tea company, about how much we both love. There's their logo, ZT, ZHITEA, and all the different types of tea, and I really like really good loose leaf tea. And we did this awesome interview, and we're actually, he's making this unique tea that's original. He's going to blend this Japanese green tea and this Chinese green tea, and he's going to find the right blend, and then we're going to label it, and we're only going to sell 50 limited edition Vigilante, TEA, Make Gotham Great Again tea. And I love loose leaf tea. And one of the things we talked about in the interview, and it'll be really cool when it drops, is I talk about how I don't just like the taste of really good loose leaf tea. I like the tea experience. I love sitting with a pot of tea and having a great conversation with somebody. Some of these amazing meals that I've had, and I remember in China and in Japan, in Russia, which is a tea culture, just that 2-3 hour dinner and a pot of tea, and you just like, I like an old school Chinese restaurant, where they just drop a pot of tea before anything else happens, before you even look at a menu. That's just tea. That's just nice. It's just, we have long conversations and in depth, and I like spending a day. Like, I remember going to London for the first time, and my girlfriend at the time, we just flew there on a long weekend. It was like 6 months after 9/11, and so the plane tickets were dirt cheap, and I'd never been. She'd been there before. I'd never been, and so we just went there on this long. I was like, let's do it. Like, bought the tickets on a Tuesday, and we left Thursday. I was like, let's just do it. It was awesome. The tickets literally were like $270 round trip. It was nuts. It was like February of 2002 or something. And so no one was traveling, so the hotels were cheap. Everything was just, and we just were like, it was a really cool thing. And we would just go to museums all day, because I love going to museums. And I love history, I love art, I love culture, I love all that stuff. And then we would go get high, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. We're a little jet lagged. We've been walking around all day. It's London, so it's cold and rainy. And we would go get high tea. And I just loved the whole, it was really good. You know, and I was an American, so all I had was like tea bags. I didn't know anything about good tea. And the little sandwiches and the whole culture around tea. I remember when I was in Afghanistan, I met this, the guy taking us around introduced us to this like older Afghani guy. And again, Middle Eastern, it's all, and we went into like his little tent place where he was staying. We had tea and we talked, and so I really like tea. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, my, like, when Ron and I go on the road, if we got a long drive, and you know, we had a late show, and then we had to get up early to drive, and I'm like kind of tired to get through the day, and it's my turn to drive or whatever, I'll get a Coke Zero. That's my, you know, Graham's going off the wagon is Coke Zero. So loose leaf green tea and Coke Zero. That's insane. I shouldn't have admitted that. So yeah, loose leaf green tea. Loose leaf green tea. And Coke Zero, yeah, that's my like special treat. I'll get a Coke Zero. And like once a month I go to the movies, and they'll have those Coke machines where you can make like, yeah, like, you know, grape Sprite Zero or something. And yeah, I just feel like I'm 9, so I just get that. High tea is amazing. Had tea with a shop owner in Marrakesh once. So great. Yeah, that right? Because not only is it good tea, but the tea is like, you know, coffee is such a like, I gotta get a coffee. I'm running late of coffee. I'm tired of coffee. Tea is like a settle down. Just gotta let it steep, and then we're gonna pour it, and the tea. You know, first time I was ever in Japan, we were shooting all day. Again, this interview, meeting Sanai, this Japanese fan in Tokyo. She's now like a wonderful friend of mine. All these fans, Andrea, other, like, there's fans of my other podcast, Comedy Film Nerds, and like they're like friends now. So when we go to Tokyo, I see them. And we shot, and we met on camera, and it was this wonderful, beautiful experience. And then we took the whole crew out to go eat, and it was one of these Japanese restaurants with the like tatami mats and the like paper doors, and you took your shoes off. It was like a 3-hour dinner, and some people were drinking sake, of course, but like I just got a nice thing of green tea. On the flights from LA to Tokyo, they serve green tea on those planes. Beautiful. Oh. Detroit, what's up? Sugar is a gateway drug, absolutely. MA, shave your knuckles for justice. Did you see Whitney Webb's comments that Mitch McConnell is being blackmailed? James Trafficant called these people out, and he was found dead under his tractor. We are owned by the... Wow. I don't know that they're all Zionist. I don't know that I agree with that. The ruling class is all different ethnicities, and they're pretty evil. Yeah. The English royal family, horrifying. But no. But I'll get Whitney Webb back on the show. I love talking to Whitney Webb. She's like one of my favorite journalists. She does great work. And obviously her and I have connected on doing all of the Epstein stuff. And so I'll get her back on the show. I'm 60% sake on any given day. I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo. I'm saying without coffee, I'd die. Well, here's the thing too. And so I know people who are like, man, I drink too much coffee. I've got a serious caffeine addiction. And they've stepped down with tea. Black tea has the highest caffeine amount of any teas, and it's still way under coffee. Then you've got oolong, and then I think white, and then green tea. And tea is so healthy for it. It's like a little bit of it's caffeine, gives you a little energy, but it's not like blah, 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 blah. It's like, telling you, man. And fellas, green tea, good for the prostate. I'm just telling you. Louise Brooks, what's up, Louise? Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Do you think China downplayed COVID because of tariff negotiations? I thought it was all around the same time. I don't know. That's a really, there's a lot of stuff here. Tariff negotiations, they're starting to, I mean, some people have surmised. These are all various theories. I don't know, but one of them is, China's been overtaking our economy, so we came up with this to try to slow them down, or just the sanctions, or like locking our borders from Chinese products or whatever. I mean, I've talked about this before. Since China got off the petrodollar and they're using the petro yuan, and China and Russia and India and Pakistan and a couple other Central Asian countries have all stopped trading commerce using the US dollar. Now they're using their own currencies. All these things are hurting the American empire's power and influence globally. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some tactic or reason inside of this COVID to try to undermine or slow China down, or so. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And the fact that it's a Chinese virus and they're trying to hang it on the Chinese is like, well, that right there makes me believe that it came from Fort Detrick. Annabelle Corley, shave your knuckles for justice. Ireland are moving more to the left. Germany is in the center of tolerance. The world is changing. America is being left behind. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. America, let's be real clear here. America is a right-wing conservative country. That is a failed state now, basically. It is the United Corporate States. It's like, we're not a democracy, not even close. We're run by oligarchs. We're a kleptocracy run by oligarchs. As Dylan Radigan calls them, the rapacious oligarchs. I mean, it's just, this pandemic is just exposing how awful, corrupt, how bad capitalism is, how we're right-wing conservative. Like, it's just, this country is lost, man. There's no American dream anymore. For those of you from other countries, the American dream was this. You work hard, you can work your way up, you can get a piece of the American pie, American dream, buy a house, get a decent job. The next generation gets it better than the generation before them. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. That's completely gone. Capitalism already collapsed. People are just in denial. You got that right. You got that right. China is being gaslit by other nations. The USA and allies just want a war with China and will do anything to get it. That's right, Graham. If the mainstream media is saying China virus, you really have to question. Yep. Always. Having tea now after all the tea talk. Oh, sweet. The American dream has always been a lie for non-white people. Yeah, that's fairly accurate. All right, let's read a couple more super chats. Andrew Dwyer, shave your knuckles for justice. Just saw Batman Returns again. Really enjoyed it. Oh, nice. I love the Nolan trilogy. That is the gold standard of Batman movies. Batman Begins, fantastic origin story. And why I like the Nolan movies is he draws from a lot of source material, like Frank Miller's Dark Knight series, Batman Year One, The Killing Joke. He really and the casting, Heath Ledger is great. Tom Hardy is Bane. I'm blanking on her name, who played Catwoman. She was great. Yeah, I love those movies. Green tea with a splash of lime juice, right on. Yes, Kim Iverson's great. I love Kim. I was just talking to her the other day. I like Kim. She's it's cool, all of these people. Since I've been doing this, I mean, like Jimmy and Steph, I knew them for years, so I've always been friends with them. It's just great. But like meeting Ron, meeting Stephen O, meeting Malcolm Fleischner, meeting Brigitte Santos, meeting Abby Martin, Mike Preisner, Kim Iverson, like I'm really so intrigued, and everyone's sort of got that same spirit of indie media and getting to the truth, and it's really exciting, to be around people that are like really trying to do something. It's an exciting group. It's an exciting group of people. Sam Dean. Can Marlon Shatner take me down to Kokomo? Oh. Key Largo, Montego, ooh, I wanna. What is the actual title of that song? It's not Take Me to Kokomo. Is it Kokomo? Take me where I wanna go. Yeah, I'll sing that song, Sam. Just give me the full song title at the end of the show so I get it right. 301 likes. Hit the like button. As long as corporations have free speech, or as long as corporations are legal citizens, we'll never have free speech. Yeah, that's right. Michael Brooks. Sean Smith. Thanks again, Sean. Shave your knuckles for justice. YouTube event 201. Watch highlights, video at least. Okay. YouTube event 201. I will. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things. I heard about that movie Plandemic that's been like pulled off the. Again, going back to Whitney Webb, when I talked to her back a month ago, she was talking about all of these pandemic simulations that the United States government has done. And it all seems real shady, man. It all seems real shady. Thanks, Sean. Louise Brooks. You're making Gotham great again, Louise. What? I can't hear you. My friend did the remdesivir study, active duty military infectious disease doc said HCQ can cause huge cardio issues, and R had much better results. All right, that's a fair thing to bring up. Again, yeah, it's a fair thing to bring up. Tim Canova, not a doctor, but he braced him. Again, and that's a fine thing to bring up about HCQ. Might has some issues with it, and it might not be great for everybody. And that's good to bring up. But it's also like what I said. The couple of things in there that Tim said that were right are Big Pharma buys ad time in the corporate media, so. And just because Trump said something works doesn't mean to just automatically say it's bullshit and stupid. Yes, he says dumb crap. Spray your mouth with Lysol, then of course. But if someone has used HCQ and it's worked, and there's a lot of studies to show that HCQ has worked, and just because a jackass says it works doesn't then mean that medication doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like if Trump was like, I really like loose leaf green tea, I wouldn't be like, no, loose leaf green tea is awful. I'd be like, well, I still like it. But I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good point. That's the thing. We need more. So much of this too comes down to we just need more data and more research. And we look at what Sweden did. I look at what Sweden did. I go, well, that's interesting how they did that. I mean, I don't know. Thanks for sharing that with us, Louise. It jumped up 311. Oh, Graham, you promised pressure drop by the Clash. That's right. I did promise that last night during Rockfin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll say it like a Canadian. I'm sorry. Doesn't Trump or his family own stock in hydrochloroquine? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that either. Again, if Trump and his family own stock in that company, obviously he's going to push for that because he's corrupt as fuck. No two ways about it. I won't argue that at all. Still doesn't mean it's not effective. And again, the other thing Louise Brooks was saying, like a lot of medications, it might not work for everybody. Some people might have adverse reactions to medication. Some people might not. That's the thing. That's hard to say. I mean, every time you go to the doctor for any reason, they say, do you have any allergies? Do you have any allergic reactions to medication? It might have to do with blood type. I mean, dinner with Elwood. Sweden doesn't hoard toilet paper. We're screwed. I've heard from actual doctors it works, and Trump is still a clown, but so are the Dems. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too. Trump says, like, Trump said something dumb. Yeah, so are they're all. The two parties being morons doesn't necessarily mean any good or bad about a medication. I mean, Anthony, shaving knuckles for justice. Trump, the Harlequin on hydrochloroquine. Thanks, Anthony. Let's have some more Gotham water. Oh, it's that water the League of Shadows put in there. Oops. Jana Chornova, do svidanya. Bought my yellow vest yesterday. Tried to send this chat with vest emojis and YouTube blocks it from being sent. Jesus Christ. Just like swear words. Big brother is turning into scared big baby. Well, Jenna. You might not be able to put that icon in the live chat, but I sure as shit can wear one of these. And if they cut my live stream, we know why. By the way, I should let you know, I did a video last week about that Chinese doctor, Bing Liu, doing corona research who died in a murder-suicide, and I just asked some questions. YouTube pulled that video down. Didn't demonetize it, which is what I thought they would. Oh, they might demonetize. Pulled it. Said it violated community guidelines. But you can watch it on rockfin.com for free. I do a live stream on Rockfin every Monday at 8 o'clock Pacific time. Usually it's for Rockfin members. I'm going to do a couple that are free. But backup plan. Thank you, Jenna Chornova. Spasibo bolshoi. Shave 'em. I don't know how you say shave your knuckles for justice in Russian. But please tell me. Dino Pantelokis. Sorry, I'm not good with the long Greek names, my brother. My bad. We need to stop calling the Democrats the left. They're moderate Republicans at best. Miss you on Jimmy's show. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Dino. Yeah, I know. We should just call them pro-choice Republicans, and not even all of them are pro-choice. Yeah, I miss doing Jimmy's show too. I was talking to Steph last week, and she had some questions about Rockfin, which is really cool because they're going to go on there. But man, March 13th was the last time I did Jimmy's show in the garage. Ron and I were on panel. February 23rd, I believe, was the last time we did a live show, and that was in San Jose. in front of like 450 some people. I really miss doing those shows. Oh. Thanks for supporting the show. They're both corporate. You got that right. Provit Koznostki. Was that Shaver Knuckles for you all giving us? March 12th was the last day it worked. Yeah, man. I get it, Marco. Yeah. Gnarly. Farkas Garvey. You want to shit? Let's just shave our lasts. Shave our lasts. What I was going to say is let's share our lasts. Last time I got hugged, physical contact, March 14th. Last time I was on Jimmy's show, March 13th. Last time I was at like a party was Ron's wedding, March 8th. Last time I did Political Vigilante live with panelists in that studio was March 15th. Ron was there. Kim was on Skype. Last time we did a progressive comedy tour show was February 29th in San Francisco. Last time I went to a sporting event was in February. We went, I think, to my buddy and I went to either an LA Kings game. Went to an LA Kings game and a USC basketball. It was USC basketball. USC basketball versus University of Arizona, my alma mater. I went to go see a basketball game. Last time I saw live music was Ron and Ruby and Arno and I all watched Wyclef Jean in at Harlow's in Sacramento. That was fun. Because Wyclef was on doing the late show after Jimmy's show. So we all got done doing the Jimmy and the meet and greet, and then we just like hung out. Saw my friend Ngayo, who was really cool, lives in Sacramento. And then we just watched Wyclef. It was an awesome show. God, that was so much fun in Sacramento. Harlow's was so great. Yeah. What other lasts? Last time I got my hair cut was, I think, right before Ron's wedding. Like the 6th or the 7th. Jesus. Yeah. Save your nunchucks for justice. I cannot remember all this stuff. Your memory is amazing. Veganism is a CIA psyop. Oh. Save your Neanderthals for Julian. You got that. Yeah. Those are all my last things I really miss. Last time I went surfing was Sunday. That was awesome. Oh boy, last time I went out to eat? God, I don't know. Sometime in March. Which was like the last time I had a meal with another human being other than sitting in front of my fucking TV. Jesus. All right, Farkas Garvey, shave your knuckles for justice. Hit the like button, everybody. 75 billion airline money plus 4.25 trillion corporate money plus 500 billion individual money equals $2,000 a month UBI for every U.S. adult for 11.5 months. Yep. $5.5 billion. Trillion, excuse me. $5.5 trillion. Man, that's nuts. Finding Neo, shave your knuckles for justice. Any thoughts on David Icke being canceled? I've heard about this, and February. Yeah, the David Icke. Of course, I know he talked about a lot of Epstein stuff. I mean, it's just showing the power of the, billionaire ruling class, the pedophiles, sex trafficking, the Rothschilds, and everybody else, man. It's awful. Yeah. That's what I think of that. Karen Murphy, shave your knuckles for justice. As I asked before, can you ND the show with song tomorrow? Not do the show with a song tomorrow? Can you end the show with a song tomorrow? Yeah, I think so, Karen. Is that what you're asking? I always end the show with a song. Are you saying don't end the show with a song? I don't know if that'll go well. Clarify that, Karen, if you don't mind. Annabelle Corley, shave your knuckles for justice. COVID has been brutal for those living alone, me included. It's made us realize personal connection is as important as oxygen, feeling the love today. Right on. That's, yeah. Yeah, I've always been like, oh, kind of a loner, like living alone, whatever, but man. There haven't been many times, I mean, like, yeah. It's like, I'm not, like, I could stand to have a girlfriend, not just date, but like a girlfriend. I could really like, oh man. Yeah. TTLK, shave your knuckles for justice. Scum 777, shave your knuckles for Gotham's justice. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Mares, what's up, hey, Mares? How's everybody doing in Iowa, hey, Mares? I feel like we're kind of floating around in a fog, pretending to go through the motions. No hacktivists coming. Predict what is June 1, 22 was. June 1, 22 is like. Yeah, I don't know, man. It is Kramist. It is Kramist. I'm losing words. Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know. It's insane. It's an insane. I feel the same, just like floating around. It's like I get these moments of like, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna start. Things are starting to open up. I was on a bike ride. They're starting to open up some of the bike paths. Okay, cool. And then I'm just sitting over there going, oh boy. Yeah. So, Jameson, don't shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, you promised pressure drop by the Clash. Come on. All right. That's right, Jameson. I did. I'll do that. Big Baby Zubas, Key Largo, Montego. Oh, I wanna day. Look what you did, Sam. You got everybody singing that song. Mark Gack, shave your knuckles for justice. Exclusive. Professor exposes amplified hysteria, panic, and economic misery. Search on YouTube. Talks about the virus coming from a meteorite. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, that's crazy. That is crazy. Hit the like button, everybody. Oh, all right. Let's do another segment. What do you think we do a segment? Hello, citizens of Gotham. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Well, Malcolm X just celebrated what would have been, I believe, his 95th birthday. Let's talk a couple quotes from Malcolm X. This is from We Had was a fan of this show. I'm for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who it is, for or against Malcolm X. This also looks like an Arabic there. I read his biography when I got out of college. And then Spike Lee did that book, his autobiography. It was fantastic. It's a fantastic read, and I really give Spike Lee credit for that movie too. You go through his whole journey, learn who he really was. He was so for truth. I mean, this thing is so much. I'm for truth no matter who tells it. I'm for justice no matter who it is, for or against. He called out the crimes of white America and all that stuff, and then he went, which needed to be done. And he talked about by any means necessary, and then he went to Mecca. When he converted to Islam, he went to Mecca. And that's when things really started to change. And he's like, wow, I was at Mecca sharing food with white people and other people, and I realized, oh man, racism, white, black racism is such an American problem. And he was so about the truth that he called it out within the Nation of Islam. And it cost him his life. I always had mad respect for this guy. And he's the most misunderstood guy by white and black people in America. That famous photo where he's standing with the gun by his window and it's like, by any means necessary. Yeah, that was when he was calling out the Elijah Muhammad for lying and having sex with women and all this other stuff. And the Nation of Islam came after him. Very interesting guy. If you've never read that autobiography, read it. It's fantastic. And he just spews so much truth. Here's another one. If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. Malcolm X. He also said there's nothing more dangerous than the white liberal. He said that. Very true. That's the neoliberals that we're talking about today. The people who believe all women. Oh, unless they accuse Joe Biden or Bill Clinton, then we're going to hold back. I'd love to see his comments on if he was alive today, what he thought of Obama. I guess I guess he would have called Obama out. He gave his life for calling out the corruption within the Nation of Islam. I don't think he would have held back against Obama. But that's the thing. He's talking about now we call them neoliberals who refuse to acknowledge the war crimes of Obama and Joe Biden. The people who think the Clintons are great. But this quote here, the reason I want to bring up this specific quote is because I saw this too on the internet. Julian Assange and Ghislaine Maxwell, journalist, programmer, and activist who created WikiLeaks and exposed corruption, war crimes, and the surveillance state. British socialite who was friends with royalty and billionaires who was accused of recruiting underage girls for elite pedophiles. Well, they left out she also is a pedophile herself. So she's a sex trafficking pedophile. Guess which one is in prison cell facing extradition? Yeah. He's in a prison where they're getting rid of prisoners, they're releasing prisoners because there's a COVID outbreak, and to my knowledge, he's still in there. Maybe he's out of Belmarsh yet, but to my knowledge, he's still in there. They released prisoners from Belmarsh prison because they had COVID. They kept him in there. Hasn't even been charged. Where is she? The FBI's like, boy, we'd like to talk to her. Oh wow, they gave her a stern talking to through the media. He should be free. He should be heralded, just like Ben Bradley. They made a movie about Ben Bradley, like the Watergate, Woodward and Bernstein. He should be looked at in that regard. And she should be on trial for being one of the biggest monsters the planet has ever seen. But this is what Malcolm X was talking about. Hi, I'm Julian Assange. I give private information on corporations and government to get to you for free, and the media calls me a criminal. Hi, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. I give you your private information to corporations and government for money, and the media called me a man of the year. Free Julian Assange. Unelected tech billionaire that gets paid to violate all of our personal rights and our data. Dad was in Mossad, pedophile and a sex trafficker. Free. Revered, fun-loving billionaire with a hoodie. Monster, Russian asset, blah, 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 blah. Smear, smear, smear. Thanks for watching the show. Boom. Karen Murphy, shave your knuckles for justice. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Cuomo and his ilk trying to monopolize profits for doctor's appointments and school online. Scary. We need a movement. Boycotting is a good start. Yeah, we need a movement, man. There's over 200 labor strikes happening in America right now that are COVID related. Now's the time. Now's the time. Movements, strikes. You want social action? Take it now. Take it now. Now's the time. CR, shave your knuckles for justice. What's up from Moss Beach? Boom. Ha ha ha. Jenna Chorney over, shave your knuckles for justice. All right, you wrote this in Russian. You got to write the, like, how do I pronounce this? Shave your knuckles for justice. Oh, there it is, folks. At 8:36 p.m., Jenna Chernova put exactly how you say shave your knuckles for justice. Oh, nice. Nice, Jenna. Write it out like how I can say it in English, and then I'll say that. Say my name. Eileen Love. You got it. There, I said your name. Jesus, what are we having sex? Say my name. What's my name? Graham I am. Bill Sales, what's up, Bill? Shave your knuckles for justice. Zero Dems, Republicans will run for office when our majority vote will execute them. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Assange is a hero, and I'm pretty sure textbooks will say so, but saying so doesn't seem to matter anymore. Yeah, I know. Anthony, shave your knuckles for justice. Governor Whitmer is a Michigan-paid anti-Medicare for all stooge. Yep, of course. Phonetic is the word you were looking for. Yeah. But this is in Russian characters. So if you write it out in English characters, that helps too. Go, go, go. Ghislaine was spotted since Epstein was killed on a yacht with Paris Hilton having a ladies' lunch. Oh, God. Wipe them all out. Wipe them out. Pat the Batman fan, shave your knuckles for justice. If a couple from the Ozarks. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh. It matters what side of history we each stand on, with Assange to stand for him and the right side of history and expose corrupt. Yeah. Yeah. What do you say we do another segment, kids? Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. So, one of the reasons we're blaming everything on China is because their economy is taking ours over. Perfect evidence of this? 70% of China's millennials are homeowners. Canadians, Americans, not so lucky. Oh, we build those millennials, they spend all their money on avocado toast. That's why they're too irresponsible. No, they have no money. They're all working 2 and 3 jobs. They're barely getting by. This was before a goddamn pandemic. Millennials were barely getting by. They saw that most millennials have seen their parents lose their homes and their retirement and everything else. That's why most millennials identify as socialist, because they've seen it all. They've seen capitalism just wipe everything out. They're crushing student loan debt. Gee, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Well, I wonder if you live in a country with free college and free education, free health care, maybe you might have a little money to buy a house. This study, by the way, is HSBC. This is a bank study looking at global buying behavior of millennials. Look at this graph. Global millennial home ownership rate. This is in percentages. The average is 40%. China, 70%. Mexico, over 45%. France, Malaysia, the US is at 35%. Canada, like 34%. UK, Australia. Wait a minute. I thought, whoa, I thought this is where all the democracy was. USA, Canada, Australia, and the UK. Whoa, wait a minute. These are all part of the Five Eyes. Interesting. The UAE, 70% in China. And listen to this. That's just millennials. That's not a huge surprise, since the country, this is China's national average of home ownership, is a whopping 90%. That means 90% of the population owns homes. The US and Canada are somewhere in the middle, 35 and 34%. The total percentage, this is millennial percentages, but the total percentage in America is about 55, 56%. And that's down. We talk about the American dream. The American dream, part of the American dream used to be you don't own a home. That was the easiest, best way for just average Americans that didn't inherit money, didn't come from a wealthy family, didn't win the lottery or become some millionaire some other way, just working Americans, working hard. That was part of the American dream. You bought a home, the home appreciated a little bit in value. I did that. I bought a little 2-bedroom house in the valley. It almost doubled in value. I sold it. I moved to a condo in a nicer by the beach. It started to appreciate, and then the housing crisis got me. And 6 million other people lost their homes. 6 million people. China's economy's been booming. Sure, Chinese government does some authoritarian stuff, but so do we. Our NSA and CIA are worse than anything China and Russia can concoct together. We spend more money on intelligence than everyone combined. Millennials who receive parental support for home ownership. UAE, Mexico, China, Canada, UK, USA. Probably the USA. Why? Because the parents don't have any money either, because they lost all their retirement. They had their retirement tied up in their home. My retirement was in my home. That's gone. We've seen big corporations gamble retirements. We've seen municipal workers, pension plans, cities gambling, turning over pension plans to good-loving companies like Goldman Sachs and hedge funds who gamble the money and lose it. And guess what? You're a city worker, you're a government worker, you're a state worker, you work for the county, you work for the city, you work for the state. There's a good chance your pension is gone in America. It's gone. Now the big questions are, is global asset inflation pushing prices too high? Are millennials facing a lack of economic opportunity, or is homeownership just not a priority for this generation? Are you out of your minds? It is all of these things. And again, before the pandemic, the prices are way too high. You can't buy a house. It's impossible. I mean, in LA, forget it. You need to have millions of dollars to buy a house. I mean, it's like, yes, millennials are facing a lack of economic opportunity. Most millennials, what are your jobs? You got to work for Grubhub or Uber. You got to have 2 or 3 jobs, and none of those jobs have health benefits. None of them. Not to mention there's no hazard pay for any of that crap now or you lost your job during the pandemic. If you do have a good job, and that's for like a tech company, and these tech companies, these fun-living billionaires in Silicon Valley, is it technology that's helping society, that's ending homelessness, that's fighting climate change? No, it's some stupid app thing like get cat food delivered to your front door. It's the cat snack chat at cat snack chat meow 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 check snapchat at nap snap meow swipe right for cat snacks meow meow meow. Stupid bullshit. Blaming millennials for this complete is such nonsense. Oh, they're lazy. What? Crushing student loan debt. It cost me $8,000 a year to get a college. It was $32,000 for me to get a 4-year degree back in the late 80s and early 90s. It's 20, 30, 40 grand a year. Some cases a semester. Millennials have hundreds of thousands of dollars in crushing student loan debt. $1.5 trillion would wipe that out. Gee, I wonder if that would help in the middle of a recession. If they didn't have crushing student loan debt, maybe they'd have some more money saved up to buy a house. Oh, God. This makes me so mad because I remember being like in college and some college professor was like, you kids today. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm 19. You created this world that I'm walking into. I'm not even a full adult yet. I don't even have a job and a home yet. I'm staying in a dorm or whatever. So to blame these kids today. Well, who raised them? Who raised them? If they're so irresponsible, who raised them? And look what they were born into. Are you 36 or younger? Oh, congratulations. We've been at war for over half your life in Afghanistan. Gee, how come millennials can't afford homes when we've spent, I don't know, $5 to $10 trillion on the global war on terror? Why don't we have an infrastructure? Everyone could have free college degrees. Oh, thanks to NAFTA and the TPP and the Clintons and the Bushes and everybody, all our jobs got shipped overseas. Oh, but you can go deliver food. Take your $100,000 in student debt and go deliver food. Wow. That's what we're telling millennials. And then we're confused that they can't buy homes. I bought a home. And Obama let the bank steal it from me. I fell behind on my payments because they told me to fall behind on my payments during the middle of the recession. And they said, we're going to put you on a 3-month forbearance, Graham. We're going to cut your mortgage payment in half. Just pay half payments for 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, we're going to use all this stimulus money. Sound familiar? Stimulus money? To restructure your loan. Oh, thanks. The government's going to be there. Stimulus money is going to help us out. At the end of the 3 months, they said, oh, you don't qualify and you're 3 months behind now. That happened to me once under Bush and twice under Obama. 3 fucking times they did that. So they just stacked. So then I was at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in back payments. They kept telling me, we're going to help you. And they did that to 6 million people. And Obama didn't prosecute anybody. So if you're voting for Joe Biden, you're a sucker. You're an idiot. And Trump is a jackass too. Stop voting for these 2 utterly corrupt parties. And that's why millennials got no choices, no options. There's no money. They don't want to have kids. Because for what? Raise kids in some post-apocalyptic nightmare because we don't give a damn about climate change? You can't even buy a home? You can't even enjoy the American dream? Isn't that it? You buy a home, you get to start a family, you come home, you play with your kids in your backyard. Isn't that the American dream? No, you can't afford it. You can't afford it. How are you going to raise a family with crushing student loan debt? How are you going to raise a family making $12 an hour driving for Uber. How are you going to make it? How are you going to raise a family doing that? What? So when you hear people say, oh, the Chinese virus, it's because China's kicking our ass. And instead of being competitive by going, in the middle of this crisis, we should be going Medicare for all. It's a done deal. But Bernie and the squad, they all sold us out. Pelosi, she's corrupt. Mitch McConnell, the Republicans, Trump, Biden, they're all filthy maggots. They're maggots. They're soulless maggots that don't care about you. Get a yellow vest and start a general strike. Because none of us are going to be able to own a home. And they're going to take, this stimulus plan is designed to take more homes and more businesses. They're literally sitting by watching people stack up debt and not pay their rent. That's why they're not doing rent forgiveness, because they want people to foreclose. They want people like, I can't afford their business. And then these big corporations that got trillions of dollars in stimulus are going to come in and fucking scoop your business up. You got a cool little mom and pop restaurant? It's going to be a Chipotle. It's going to be an Applebee's, because those companies got the big stimulus money. You didn't. I didn't. Thanks for watching the show. George Allen, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. There you are. Cool. Ice cream bailout. Boom. What's up, George? Just kidding. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Biden has no empathy. None. Johnny Wishbone. Johnny, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Thank you so much for supporting the show. That's awesome. Max Blumenthal reveals new details on the CIA spying and sabotage operation against Julian Assange. Ooh. Court testimony and internal document shows how the CIA sabotaged an asylum plan for Assange. I edited this quote from Pushback. Nice. Thanks for sharing that with us, Johnny. Yeah, I don't know Max personally. I know he's been on Jimmy's show, but I am aware of his work over at Gray Zone and really like what he's doing. But I'm going to do some more investigation about that, Johnny. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting the show. I appreciate it. It helps. If you're able to, when you're able to do like a big buy, like that's like people who are struggling, that you can do that. I really appreciate that. Everyone appreciates that. Because I know there's a lot of people who are like, Graham, I haven't worked. I've lost my job. I wish I could support your show and I can't, which don't ever feel bad about not being able to support it. Don't ever feel bad. So when people like Johnny Wishbone can throw that kind of, you're helping everybody. You're helping the show, and I appreciate it. Thank you. And that's a great story to cover. I got to do more. Yes, Aline Love, we're cheering all the people that donate for us. So that's what a big donation. You're helping out the people that are in a tough situation. That's really cool. Having some green tea. Keep up the fight. You got it. Me and Sexy Swag love the donations too. You got it. Max B's article is amazing. Please read it. To Gray Zone, everyone. Okay, cool. Peace, love, and protection from evil to you and all your brother and sister. Thank you. Okay, take a sip of water before this one. Pabre savi kulakiza. I sound like I'm speaking Klingon. Pabre savi kulakiza spravid livust. Pabras favi kulakiza spravi levust. There, Shaving Knuckles for Justice in Russian. Oh, thank you, Jenna. That's fucking hilarious. Pavis, I sound like I'm speaking Klingon. I'm sorry. Oh. The boardroom scene from Network. That's a great scene. It shows what the oligarchy thinks. Absolutely. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your native tongue, Jenna. My apologies. Oh, shit. Jenna, you're going to have to give me a Russian lesson. Hello, everybody. Travel-sized life. My ears. I'm sorry that I'm tormenting your Russian ears with my horrible American Russian speaking. Like, Jesus Christ. All right, sorry. Oh, Jenna, you Russian bot, look what you've done. Klingon is an honorable language. It absolutely is an honorable language. Grandma's a Russian asset. Nice. Nice. George Allen, shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you, George. You're a big supporter of the show. I very much appreciate it. Ever since Biden jumped in last year, I knew he was a plant, propped up, a corporate tool. But now what are they going to do with him? He can't even talk. Oh, man, I know. He's just a plant to like Hillary shoo her way in there. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Breaking news. Thank you. Thank you so much, breaking news. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 381 likes. Nice work, kids. Nice work. I think I got one more. Do I got one more segment? I do got one more segment, motherfucker. I got one more motherfucking segment. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Graham Oden, and you're watching The Political Vigilante. So I've talked about this before, but it bears repeating. So now some mainstream media is kind of covering this about how the Navajo Nation is getting percentage-wise affected by COVID-19. And there's people that are running water. I'm going to get into it. Navajo Nation surpasses New York State for the highest COVID-19 infection rate in the U.S. This is on CNN, May 18th. But this is the thing. This is what the big networks do. This is CNN's website. Are they doing a full segment on this on CNN primetime? I'd like to see that because this needs to get out there, but I don't know. The Navajo Nation, which spans parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah, reported a population of 173,000 on the 2010 census. As a result, with 4,000 cases, the Native American territory has over 2,300 cases of COVID-19 per 100,000 people. By contrast, New York State now has a rate of 1,800 cases per 100,000, and New Jersey is 1,600, almost 1,700 cases per 100,000 people. And I showed you that TikTok from that kid living on the Navajo Nation, giving the stats of how they're like the size of West Virginia. West Virginia has 63 hospitals. They have like 9. There's people that don't have running water. It's unbelievable. So I want to show you this. Of the 39 states of the District of Columbia reporting race and ethnicity of residents who have died of COVID-19, African Americans make up 13% of the population in those places, but 27% of COVID-19 deaths, according to analysis from the American Public Media Research Lab. In California, Latinos make 53% of the state's cases, despite making up 39% of the state's population, according to California Department of Public Health data. Some of this is intergenerational, living situations, and I don't know. There's probably a lot of factors in this. But getting back to the Navajo reservation, additionally, 30 to 40% of residents do not have running water. This is true of a lot of reservations. A lot of Indian reservations don't have running water. There's third world conditions in this country right now. And this pandemic exacerbates this situation. In that great stimulus plan, they allocated $8 billion total for all 500 tribes that occupy reservations in the United States. 8 billion spent for 500 tribes? That's nothing. That's nothing. That prevents everyone from being able to wash their hands as often as recommended when they don't have running water. I know that. I mean, I know this is true. When I directed that show, First Nations Comedy Experience, and I talked to some comics that grew up on the reservation. Shoshone Livingston's a friend of mine. She's a comic. She grew up on the Navajo reservation. She told me this. I watched that documentary on Netflix about that high school on the Navajo reservation, and they profiled some of the kids. And one of the kids, that's it. Every morning you have to get up at like some crazy 5, 6 a.m. to go get the water to bring because they didn't have running water. Also, what's contributing to this? The nation is a food desert, which means that more people are at the few grocery stores, convenience stores, and gas stations to purchase food. So there's a food desert. So there's not like all these different grocery store options. I'm within a 10, 15 minute drive of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grocery stores. Then a 10-minute drive of 7 fully stocked grocery, fresh produce, organic, every kind of option you can think of. 7. So you have a food desert. So then there's only 1 or 2 little stores. Everyone's packed in there. So that, again, they don't have running water to wash their hands enough. There's only a handful of stores to get supplies from. So they have to go in there and get it. And like, okay, let's say the kids go, but then the kids get it, don't realize it, and they're staying, and they're all living in homes with multi-generational. So there's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, uncles, all that stuff. This is one of the reasons that exacerbated it in Italy, right? Italy has multi-generational, people live in multi-generational homes. So the younger, healthier people who have it and are asymptomatic are giving it to older people who are more at risk, and they don't know it. But one of the reasons I wanted to do this story again is there is a site to get donations. And I wanted to show this. So it's in the show notes. Official Navajo COVID-19 Relief Fund. I'm going to scroll through that. Putting it in the live chat. So the Navajo COVID-19 Fund has been established to help the Navajo Nation respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the Navajo Nation's only COVID-19 fundraising and donation effort. Now they're saying that, my guess is because there's people lying and saying, oh, help the Navajos, and they're stealing the money. The Navajo Nation is accepting monetary and non-monetary donations to address immediate medical and community needs. Charitable donations to the Navajo Nation are deductible by the donor of federal income, estate, and gift. So it's a tax break if you need that. The Navajo Nation's Health Command Center has established a donation branch to coordinate donations to the nation. Attorney General Doreen N. McPaul serves as donation branch chief, and she's tasked the Department of Justice to staff this effort and respond to donation inquiries. Now, this is wonderful, heartfelt people helping out. But and please donate, and hats off to everybody involved in this. But the problem I have with this is not anyone involved in this. It's that the fucking federal, they shouldn't need to do this. The federal government should be going, here's a bunch of money. All this money to the airlines? Okay. $4.25 trillion to banks and Wall Street and big corporations. Gee, I wonder if we just took, I don't know, $100 billion off of that. God forbid they only get 4.1215 trillion, and give $100 billion to help out the 500 tribes. Could we do that? Could we give out $500 billion to help? I mean, haven't we done enough to Native Americans? They're Native Americans and they're listed as other. Like, it's unbelievable. All donations are documented on an ICS 2013 form for FEMA reporting purposes to ensure compliance with tribal law. It's a GoFundMe page. $668,000 trying to get a million goal. So here's the thing they immediately need: N95 masks, non-latex gloves and other medical grade gloves, goggles, surgical stuff. These are the medical needs: ventilators, non-perfume hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, medical gowns. So I don't know if you have access to any of these things and can mail them or send them or drive them if you live in the area. I don't know. Maybe you have a clothing store that's out of business, that's been shut down, and you can make some of these medical gowns. I don't know. I'm just trying to put ideas out there. The nation's immediate community needs include the following: disposable masks for the families, cleaning supplies, liquid hand soap and hand sanitizer, toiletries, thermometers, paper products, non-perishable food, bottled water, baby necessities, hay and feed for livestock, pet food, firewood, and coal. So I don't know if you live in any of the states. They're in New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, I believe. Like if you live near anywhere where the Navajo Nation, it's huge. It's a huge landmass, and have any of these supplies and can just drive some over to somebody, that's cool. And also if you can donate. So cancel your Amazon Prime subscription and give that money to these folks who could use it. And then, I'm sorry, the Congress people and senators in all of the states that the Navajo Nation is on, get your shit together and give them some goddamn federal money. They need federal money. This donation thing's great, and anyone who wants to donate, for sure, but give them some federal money. Maybe Nancy Pelosi can, give up one of her ice cream freezers so that these people can have water. I'm sick to death of this shit. It's just offensive to me. It is offensive. And Native Americans have been treated poorly enough in this country. We don't need this pandemic to then compound it. This is the richest country in the history of the world. This donation page shouldn't have to even exist. Those sellouts. Oh, the progressives in the Democratic Party. Oh, Bernie, shut up. You going to vote for another stimulus plan to give more corporations money? $8 billion for 500 tribes. That's nothing. That's pocket change. They said, hey, Native Americans, I think there might be some change under my couch cushions. Good luck, is what they basically said. Is America a failed state? It kind of feels like it is, right? It feels like a banana republic that's a failed state. What kind of country can't take care of its own citizens? Especially the first citizens. Here, what kind is this? What kind of leader are you? You call yourself a leader and you have people that can't eat? What is wrong with this country? God. Thanks for watching the show, folks. Get involved. Vote with your dollars. Shave your knuckles for justice. Think about money you would spend on a big corporate thing. There's all nice toys, I get it. But just think, do we really need this? Let's say you're doing well on money. If your money's tight, I get it. Don't worry about it. But if you're doing all right money-wise, you're working from home, you didn't lose your job. Do I need to buy the new fancy thing? Or could I just send $30 to these folks who could use it? and then petition my congressmen and lawmakers to pull their heads out of their goddamn asses. If you live in Arizona, New Mexico, I think it's Colorado and Nevada, maybe Utah, I think. Utah, Nevada, Colorado, or somewhere in there. Four Corners, Utah, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico. Yeah, those states. Thanks for watching. We got to do what we can, right, folks? We got to do what we can. I don't have that big of a show, but I got a bigger reach than I used to have, and that's all because of you. So if we can get this word out somehow, then we can help. All right. Mana Talk, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. On April 1st, I tried my hardest to get my video out regarding the 90 Cent must unite and strike, but Bernie wasn't with us ever. Mahalos. I know. Bernie is a complete disappointment. Him, AOC, Tulsi, the squad, done with all of them. Done. Good luck, suckers. Don't want to hear it. Sam Dean, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Getting in early tomorrow. Can Marlon Shatner love us tomorrow? Marlon Shatner singing tomorrow is only a day away. Great suggestion. Thanks, Sam. Pat the Batman fan, what's up? True, Navajos requested PPE and got sent body bags. Jesus. That's offensive. That is offensive. Anthony, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Need a mass mobilization of non-voters to vote for any third party, maybe Green or People's Party? Shake things up and bring momentous change. If not now, when? Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for a third party. As I've said, there's got to be somebody big. Nina, Jesse Ventura, somebody big's got to jump ship and go Green or Movement for People's Party. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Kevin B., Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Ironically, if America held up its end on their own written treaties, there wouldn't be a need for GoFundMe or donations. Yep, that's absolutely true. Well, I mean, that's all we've done is broken treaties with natives and just it's horrible. It's just horrible, man. I got to do this Clash song because I promised it last night. Where is it now? I know we just saw it. You promised Pressure Drop by the Clash. All right. Sam Dean, what's up, brother? Doing stupid things when you're drunk is a rite of passage. We've all done things we regret when we're legless. Oscar Pistorius comes. Yes, Sam. Fantastic, brother. All right. Pressure Drop by the Clash. All right, let's sing and make our way. Pressure Drop by the Clash. I can't find a pressure drop with. I can't find a karaoke pressure drop in the style of Toots and the Mayto. Well,
this wireless battery bank for an unboxing. Let's check this thing out and see what we got inside. This thing is solid. It's got nice.
Yeah, there's no. Damn it, there's not. All right, so I'll do a Clash song. There's not a. How about I Fought the Law? We'll do. Yeah, I Fought the Law. Should I stay or should I go? There's not a pressure drop karaoke, unfortunately, Jameson, but I will do a Clash song since you asked for it last night. I like this one. Come on. Breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law, and the law won. I fought the law, and the law won. I needed the money because I had none. I fought the law, and the law won. I fought the law, and the law won. I lost my baby, and it feels so bad. Guess my race is run. She's the best girl that I've ever had. I fought the law, and the law won. I fought the law, and the law won. I stood in front of Starfleet Council. I fought them. Fought the law, and the law won. I was on trial in the Klingon tribunal, the kangaroo court. The Klingon law won. But I don't like to lose. Kobayashi Maru. 4, 3, 2, 1. Robbing people with a 6-gun. I fought the law, and the law won, or a phaser set for stun. I fought the law, and the law won. I lost my girl, and I lost my fun. I fought the law, and the law won. I fought the law, and the law won. I left my baby, and it feels so bad. Guess my race is run. She's the best girl that I've ever had. I fought the law, and the law won. I fought the law, and the law won. But I fought Khan. And like a poor marksman, he kept missing the target. I fought the law, and the law won. 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 Live long and prosper. There it was, ladies and gentlemen.
So Lit Mobile just sent me this solar
Blah, blah, blah,
wireless
blah, blah,
battery
blah,
pack.
blah. We're going
I'm
on an ad
excited. Let's see
plane.
what's inside. Really like the build.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show. Cannabis, cannabis. Kirk fought the law and the law won. Thank you so much, folks, for coming on the show and supporting what I'll do. I'll go live again tomorrow. Not sure what time, but I will announce it on the Twitter. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're all making Gotham great again.